Red 2 standing by, all 4 lit and in the green. Welcome back to Bomberman 64 and Green Garden. Our next stage is to have or have not. And you can see that our prize is right in front of us. Very handy and... nope. Stolen from right under our noses. So of course the idea is that we do have to chase down this gem. I'm going to take a little shortcut. And if we blow this block up, there's our remote bombs. Let's open that from a distance. Remember to rotate the camera the right way. And we can head on through here. Now we probably will need a little bit more firepower along the way. Because in all fairness, our boss is a little bit RNG based. Thank you. Having the remote bombs also makes it very easy to navigate those platforms. And we'll try and avoid getting minced by that guy's blades as the gem gets stolen once again. Now this is a short level if you know what you're doing. And that guy has completely disappeared. We have to head back to the first area because that gem is near where we found the remote bombs. There is of course another area we can access. We will have to make our way through with a pumped bomb. Up we go. And here we are, the gem for the 3rd time. And where is this area, you might ask? We'll find out. But our mysterious sort of bird thing is promptly killed by Sirius. It dies in a sort of explosion. And there we go. Now if we get a pumped bomb... I think that totem pole just tanked the explosion because of the cutscene. Totally did. Anyway, we can get slightly stuck, but we can always move the camera. Anyway, that elevator in front of us doesn't actually do anything for our cause. You have to come around to the side. Make sure to collect those gems if you want, because they'll give you extra continues. Oh, he's not happy. He's dead. And there's a flare bird up there, but we have managed to avoid dying. There's an extremely polygonal bird in the background. Now, this is our RNG bit. Our boss fight for the first world, Draco. You get the gold cards by destroying both of his wings, the crest on his head, and the tip of his tail. The tip on his tail is the genuine RNG bit because it relies on him doing one specific attack. And it's not even an attack per se. And the camera just does... well... well, they do say that if you've never blown yourself up playing Bomberman, you're either lying or you haven't played Bomberman, but good lord, that was embarrassing. So here's that attack we're looking for. We've got a lob. 2 for the price of 1. Looks like we got the crest and the tail. So now we can start targeting his wings. If you destroy one of his wings, he won't do this sort of flyby attack. Okay, he's obviously taken pity on me because I blew myself up so pathetically. Alright, the camera flicking around like that does not help. Now take note that if you wind up damaging Draco's wings, and only his wings, he will not take damage. The main body has to be hit. Now he can move. I thought that should have got him, but okay. So we basically have to time our attacks, make sure the camera doesn't do anything really obnoxious. 2 pumped bombs will destroy his wings. I probably could have risked destroying myself there. So, all we need to do now is wait for him to close in on us again. And now we can target the body because we have all the gold cards. So this has gone a little more smoothly. Second time... Oh god, the camera. It really does help if you actually bring along a heart for this, just to be on the safe side, because you have very little maneuverability. You can also stun him, which I didn't want to do. Still, got a bit of time left. Okay, buddy, close in. Oh, come on, twice in a row. Okay. Got him. Of course, the timer will tick down, so it's bad luck if you happen to get him just towards the end. So there we are, 5 gold cards and 1 extremely embarrassing demise. The chain is destroyed in extremely terrible looking explosions, but that's this era for you. Blue Resort is next, but what we're going to do is look for those gold cards. I'm also going to leave getting the custom parts until I have a certain power-up. That will come later on, but I will make sure to show that off. So let's get to our post-commentary and find those gold cards into have or have not. Something I haven't covered in the main episodes is that you will find Sirius at different locations around most of the first 4 levels. If you talk to him, he'll teach you a couple of advanced techniques, or he'll tell you a bit about the game's backstory. This one will tell you about Altair and the Omni Cube. Interestingly, Altair can't use the Omni Cube very well, but the big question is, why does Sirius know that? So if you talk to him and you wander around here, you can bomb those blocks for some gems. But of course what we want are the gold cards, so most of the episodes are going to be a bit on the short side because I've trimmed down a lot of elements. It's a bit boring seeing me wander around looking for 30 enemies to kill and get that gold card. So we're mostly focusing on the ones that are scattered around the adventure stages. The first one is over here, and to fill in the time, I'll talk a little bit more about the multiplayer mode. We discussed Chicken Man before, the legendary being whose origins are lost to the mists of time and whose shenanigans, especially while big in multiplayer, have provided a lot of great laughs. My custom bomber is called the Iron Sword. He was designed as sort of an upstart rival to Chicken Man, somebody who thinks he should be cool but isn't quite. He's a bit hapless, mostly because a lot of my demises in multiplayer are attributed to my own foolishness, complete with the words "it seemed like a good idea at the time" following me. But overall, it's still a hell of a lot of fun, and the strange lore we've built up has provided a lot of entertainment. Now, after some funky camera rotation, as you face the stairs, the first gold card is in that block on the right. And let's get to talking about the battle mode again, and the special items you can find. You will find all the usual things like bombs, fire, power bombs, hearts sometimes, which can be very useful. No remote bombs though. That would be a bit too game breaking. But what you do have are the skulls and the evil. We're moving on to the third area for the last 2 gold cards. Skulls will temporarily affect you, but you can transfer these to your opponents, or you can pick them up and throw them at your opponents to give them the effect. There are 7 effects for skulls. There's big, which turns your body big and makes you move slowly. This makes you an easy target. Try and get rid of it as quickly as possible. Its opposite, tiny, obviously makes you small and you move a lot faster. In certain places you can actually run off the edge of a battle mode stage holding a pumped bomb when you're tiny. If sudden death features closing walls, then you have a risk of running into the walls and dying when you're tiny. It can be a fun practice to try and keep Tiny alive and then survive in multiplayer, so give it a go sometime. There's also Instant, which makes your bombs explode faster than normal. Disguise, which keeps the look of your bombs the same, but will give you maximum power explosions. If somebody already has a power pickup and their bombs go back to normal, they have Disguise, keep away from them. There's Disarmed, which stops you from dropping bombs or making pump bombs by picking one up. Reverse, which is an interesting one because it does not reverse your controls, but your control input. The more you push the control stick, the less you will move. So if you're pushing it at full tilt, Bomberman will stand still. If you let the control stick go, he'll run in the direction you were facing at full speed. Actually kind of interesting. Then there's Fire. If you have fire, you're obviously on fire. You can instantly kill opponents by touching them, but bombs will automatically explode upon touching you. So if you get stunned, the bomb will explode instead and you'll die. If you combine a heart with fire, you can become a juggernaut. Everyone pretty much has to run away. The evil will show up once a match and affects the entire field. There's Gulliver, which makes everybody big and slow. Twister, which provides a tornado. It is an unwritten rule for me and my brother that you must play in the tornado. You can bomb the tornado, but I don't advise doing that. You can destroy it in the end. There's Throw, which makes everybody throw items and other players if they're stunned. Shuffle, which randomly shuffles everyone's positions. Can be fun to do on stages where Meteors is the sudden death. Disco, which makes the screen flash rainbow colours, often making things hard to see. Plague, which intermittently makes random players dizzy. And there is also Maximum, which gives everyone maximum power bombs. Those can create some pretty impressive shenanigans. Now note that the AI can render the evil useless by picking it up if it's a ghost. Well, anyone can, really. Back to the main level, we've seen where to get the gold cards, fairly close by, and this is where you get the power bombs. That's pretty much all for To Have or Have Not. Thank you very much for joining me. I'll see you next time.